EA Sports just dropped a massive update for Madden 25, something that I was not expecting this late into the year. Now, typically we do get an update for the game every month through about March or April, but as we get to this point of the year, the updates tend to get a little smaller and they taper off a little bit. But they just hit us with one of the bigger late game updates that I have ever seen. They overhauled a ton of stuff with gameplay, which is usually not that common at this point of the year. Usually once we get past November and December, we don't see a lot of major gameplay changes, but they said that they wanted to balance the game and they just felt that things had not been balanced enough all year. They've also added over 800 new plays to the game. Playbooks have been completely revamped, and they were already revamped to start the year with a ton of new stuff, so that's great as well. They also updated some other things like equipment, player likeness, and more. Now, if you're new to the channel and you never want to miss out on any of the important updates for this game or other games like College Football 25, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on because you could be missing out on some very important updates. So let's go over the notes and show off some of the new stuff that's in the game. So the first thing that they mentioned here is something called Madden Player Card and NFL Team Pass. And it says this update introduces the Madden Player Card and NFL Team Pass. The Madden Player Card is a new customization feature that allows players to design their own unique player card featuring content of your favorite NFL team. You can set your background, profile picture, border, and badges to represent your favorite franchise. Your player card will be displayed in online games to other Madden players. NFL Team Pass is a new objective system that allows players to unlock awesome themed content for the Madden player card. You can select your favorite team and complete objectives across multiple game modes to unlock the coolest NFL Team Pass content. So, I mean, I guess it's just something cool for online players that you can kind of just show off some things about your team and things you like, and you can earn new things. So I guess it'll kind of tell you maybe like who's winning more games and who's got higher rank and stuff like that. I'm assuming like different objectives you complete, you'll unlock things that other players won't have that haven't, completed those objectives. So, nothing too major here, but just kind of something cool, I guess, to show off if you're an online player. But let's get into the gameplay stuff, which is one of the biggest things about this update. And it is the biggest thing about this update. They made a lot of what sounds like good changes here to gameplay that will balance the game for the rest of the months of its life cycle. It says here they increased the amount of force necessary to cause a physics-based knockout on interception attempts, reducing the amount of dropped interceptions. It says here, we've noted lots of feedback regarding too many dropped interceptions. We found that many of the drops were a result of physics-based catch knockouts. In this title update, we have increased the amount of force necessary to cause a catch knockout on interceptions, which will result in fewer interception drops. This gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on competitive game style. So this is for online head-to-head play, or if you set your gameplay settings to competitive style. So if you're like a franchise player and you play on sim style, this will not apply there. And there definitely have been a lot of dropped interceptions, but I felt like this has been a thing for many, many, many years in Madden. Some people say there's too many interceptions. I've always felt that way too many easy picks get dropped in this game, and I do agree that sometimes the more difficult ones are the ones that seem to be caught, like the 50-50 balls, but a lot of times it's the ones that are easy that get dropped, and it can just be like something really simple, like a player just barely touching you, and it just forces you into a drop animation. So this should be a really good change, especially this year where defense has not been very good. Catching picks is very crucial in a game where defense is the weaker side of the ball, so I think that should be a really good change. They did some general tuning to lower the ratings threshold necessary for a player to have a guaranteed catch chance on an interception attempt on competitive game style. The gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on competitive game style, so again, online head-to-head. Now the ratings have been lowered to, I guess, kind of guarantee an interception, so probably your catch rating for a DB, whatever the threshold was before, they've just probably lowered it a little bit. Now really quickly, I want to let you know about today's video sponsor, Underdog. Did you know that you can win up to 1,000 times your money by just simply picking higher or lower on player stats? Here are my picks for the NFL this week. Let me know what you think about them. But the best part about Underdog is if you're a new user, they're going to give you free plays and free money right out the gate to help you win. So for example, if you want to sign up and play for this week's NFL wildcard weekend, they're going to give you Justin Herbert to get a single yard. That means all he has to do is pass for 1 yard and that's it, you win. And no matter when you sign up, there's going to always be a free play just like this that you can take advantage of. And if you use my promo code RAY, R-A-Y, they'll also give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash on your first deposit, and you just can't beat that. Here's another big one. They reduced the accuracy of high throw mechanic passes on competitive game style. It says we are reducing the pass accuracy of high throws to bring more gameplay balance between offense and defense based on player feedback. The mechanic will still be effective, but players will not be able to successfully use it with such high frequency. This gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on competitive game style. So again, this is for mainly online. The high passes, different years of Madden, the high pass becomes kind of overpowered, and then other years it's not as powerful. And again, with the balance of offense and offense being way too powerful this year, this is kind of a good necessary change because a high pass should come with more risk reward. Whereas like if you nail it, it should be good, but it shouldn't be as automatic as it has been. So this combined with catching more interceptions should help create a little bit more balance. They also made another pretty big fix where user controlled ball carriers are no longer able to dive when they have their ball carrier coaching adjustment set to conservative. Users will still be able to slide and give up with their ball carrier adjustment set to conservative, but they will no longer be able to use the high leaping dive animation. Regardless of whether you use the taps or hold X/square, they will only be able to slide or give up if they're on that conservative. So before, you could put your ball carrier on conservative, which means you'll pretty much never fumble, and you can just make these crazy dives over the line or dive over people, and you had no risk of fumbling. Whereas if you're diving into other players, there should be some risk of fumbling. So now you will not be able to do those dives on conservative, because the whole point of conservative is you're not supposed to be trying to do extra moves, fake people out, dive over people. You're just trying to protect the ball and get down after you get your yards. They also increased the chance of catch knockouts when a receiver is hit immediately after the catch point. It says that their goal here is for the skilled catch and traffic receivers to still hold on to catches when being hit while trying to secure the catch, but lesser skilled catch and traffic receivers will get the ball knocked out on those bang bang plays. This gameplay adjustment will apply when playing on competitive game styles, so it's not probably going to be as overpowered as the knockouts from the last couple of years with abilities, but if someone is timing a good hit stick right as the ball is kind of hitting your player, and he's not a player that has super high catch and traffic, there's going to be more of a chance for him to drop the ball, which should happen. Again, trying to balance that offense and defense a little better. Moving on here, it says they fixed the physics-based tackling issue that would cause the ball carrier to spin to the ground after a hit stick, and they also addressed an issue where the outside receiver on the gun trip slot close blast play had the wrong assignment and would not block appropriately on the play. So a lot of good gameplay changes there that should hopefully help balance the game for the next few months. Now let's move on to playbooks. Look, playbooks over the years in Madden have not really been updated as much as we'd like, and a lot of years they said that they would update them and constantly add new content throughout the years, and some years we get some new things added, other years not so much, but they never really delivered fully on this. But this year, to start the year, they overhauled the playbooks in the biggest way we've ever seen. They added so many new plays, especially all of those auto motion plays that have become popular, and now with this update, about halfway through the life cycle of the game, they're adding even more, and this is the biggest playbook update they've done mid-season. So they're finally kind of holding true on really updating these playbooks. It said that they added 800 updates spanning all 32 NFL team playbooks, all stemming from real-life utilization and play calling. And they said, let's take Justin Jefferson's 97-yard Week 2 touchdown, for example. That's now in Minnesota's offensive playbook as the PA shot post. You can even custom stem the shot post route that led to Jefferson's house call. So here are some new sample formations that they have listed as in the game. In the 49ers playbook, they have the gun bunch spread nasty. The Chiefs also have the gun bunch spread nasty. In the Commanders playbook, you have a new formation, the pistols double hip. And it said the play that they added Z-shake crosser in this particular formation is the same play that Terry McLaurin scored a touchdown on against Arizona in Week 4. So they're adding actual real plays from this season into the game, which I think is cool. The Chargers also got a new formation, the gun bunch spread. So we're seeing gun bunch spread and gun bunch spread nasty, which are similar, but they're slightly different variations. The Falcons playbook got the gun bunch spread and the pistols double hip. The Jaguars formation got the gun bunch spread nasty. The Packers playbook got the gun bunch spread. Rams got gun bunch spread as well, and the Seahawks and Vikings playbooks got the gun bunch spread nasty. So I believe these are the new formations and the playbooks they're in, but every playbook has new plays as well. Now here are some notable new plays. They listed a bunch of them on the blog. They put a bunch of different ones from different playbooks, and they even noted on some of them that these were specific plays that players scored actual touchdowns on during the season. So here's a list of those plays. I actually have a picture of some of these plays as well, which I'll be popping up on screen. But I believe there's, way more than even this, because they added over 800, changes throughout all these playbooks. So these are just some more notable ones that you can take a look at, of course. But if you go through the playbooks, you'll probably find a lot more stuff than that. And maybe I even have to do a separate video kind of going over like the 10 best new ones that's in the game, because there's definitely a lot of stuff to mess around with. All these different auto motion plays that they added at the beginning of the year, they're building on that and they're adding even more, because in the NFL, they're constantly drawing up new plays. They're constantly adding new wrinkles, new different motions. Some of these motions are pretty intricate as well. So these are some new things that you can try out in Madden 25 as of right now. Now for franchise mode, it does say that they did something small here. I guess this is maybe for the regular game as well. It says they updated the NFL head coach likeness for the New Orleans Saints and Chicago Bears, because both of those coaches were fired some time ago. I think they have now replaced them with generic coaches in the game, not the interim coaches. And they may be doing this for some more coaches who are getting fired soon as well. Now it does say here that they added some new equipment in the game. We always love to see new equipment get added. They did add the Jordan 1 Vapor Edge cleats, which are pretty nice. So they're usually pretty up to date with the Jordan cleats and stuff like that. So we did get a new one there. It did also say that they added the Jordan 3 cement cleats, but we've had those for a while, both versions of them, unless there's a different version that I don't see. I don't think those are new here. They also said that they added a couple new face masks. They added the Robot 808 jagged face mask, as you can see here, and they added the light Robot jagged face mask. But sometimes these things are hard to find because the entire equipment system in this game is just something I'm not a fan of. I don't think anybody's a fan of, especially when looking for face masks, because you got to scroll through literally every single one, no matter the helmet you pick. So it's just kind of annoying to try to find them. Now, in terms of player likeness, we also got some player likeness as well. You can see here we got Jaylen Warren of the Steelers. He is finally in the game, one of the two backs that they used there in Pittsburgh. So he's in the game looking on point. We've also got Ryan Kelly, the center of the Indianapolis Colts. So got a little bit of offensive lineman action there for Indianapolis. We've also got Donovan Wilson, the strong safety of the Dallas Cowboys. He is now in the game looking on point as well. We've got Wyatt Teller, the guard of the Browns. I thought he was already in the game, but maybe he wasn't, obviously. So either that or it's just been an updated scan potentially. But I thought he was in the game. Maybe he wasn't. We've also got Skylar Thompson, the quarterback of the Dolphins, one of the backups that they use over there. Not really the most exciting when you're getting backup players, because there's still, starters that don't have their likeness in the game for whatever reason that we'd like to see. We've also got Aiden O'Connell, the quarterback of the Raiders. This one's cool because, I guess he is technically their starter for the most part. Definitely a guy they're probably looking to upgrade in the draft this year, but for now, he is in the game. We've also got another backup quarterback for my Saints, Jake Haener. Still don't think we've got the Spencer Rattler likeness yet, which I would prefer to have that over Jake Haener, but we do have Jake in the game now. And the Packers tight end, Luke Musgrave, who, guy I thought was going to kind of take over that spot for the team. I think he was drafted to be, but really Tucker Kraft's kind of taken that over. But we do have Luke Musgrave in the game now. Now, for my college football fans out there, if you want to know the latest about what is happening with the next college football game that's coming out in a few months, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.